Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box video and it's another game from Strategemata, kindly sent to me by them. It's The Last Vikings, the Swedish army at Kliszow 1702 and Fraustadt 1706. And the armies involved, but of course the Swedish army, we had the Polish, Saxony and Russian contingencies in this conflict. It's not a very well known war as far as I can tell. It's the Great Northern War, and it's an important war because at the end of it Sweden lost its status as a superpower in Europe. Poland didn't fare very well. Poland was left in ruins, but Russia, after this war, started to become a more important player in Europe. So on the front we can see Swedish pikemen rushing forward. It is sort of pike and musket era. So let's have a look at the back. The Swedish infantry approaching the Saxon infantry at first got under artillery fire, which did not cause any serious losses, nor did it stop the Swedes from marching. Frozen and tired, Saxon infantry began firing at the Swedish musketeers and pikemen, but it could not stop Swedish battalions as well. The 1st Battalion of the Queen's Regiment began an uncoordinated fire, which did not impress soldiers of the Södermanland Regiment marching on the right wing of the Swedish infantry line. The Swedes approached to the Saxons, fired a volley, angled down their pikes, and assaulted the enemy. The Saxon infantry did not withstand the assault, and after a while the entire Saxon battalion fled disorganized. What's more, it took with them the Queen's Regiment's 2nd Battalion and the Russian Biron Battalion. The same fate was met by the Saxon Venediger Battalion, and the 1st Battalion of the Fürstenberg Regiment stepped back, moving away from the Swedish pressure. The Last Vikings is a war game in which players control armies of Sweden or its opponents, Saxony, Polish Commonwealth and Russia. In the box, players find all necessary components to recreate 2 battles from the Great Northern War. The battle at Kliszow, 1702, and the Battle of Fraustadt in 1706. Players activate wings of their armies and conduct cavalry charges, artillery and infantry fire, and resolve melee combat. The most important factor is morale of a unit. This enables stiff defence or a rapid breakthrough of the enemy lines. Of course, you as an army commander must cautiously assign units to particular tasks. This game guarantees interesting experiences because situations on the board change very quickly. The fate of your army depends on your fast and accurate decisions. There we go. So we can see some examples of the counters here, and in the box we've got 652 die cut counters, 2 map boards of size 84 x 60 centimeters, it's double-sided, 1 rulebook 16 pages, 1 scenario book 24 pages, 3 setup sheets and 1 10-sided die. And down the bottom there, I hope you can see, it's got a complexity, a sort of medium-high, I would think that is, and a solitaire suitability of sort of medium-ish. So yeah, let's get the shrink wrap off. Right, before we open the box, let's give a nod to the person whose idea it was and designed this game, but I'm not going to butcher his name. So there we are. Right, let's have a look in the box. See, it's a thin box. So, what have we got in here? Oh, there we are. There's the advert for games by Strategemata. If you saw my other unboxing, they do quite a few different games. Most are based around sort of Polish conflicts and Polish units, but it's a wide timeline. So, as I say, the last one was Second World War. This one is early 18th century pike and musket. So there you go. If you think, oh, these look interesting, but they're a Polish company, it might be a bit awkward to get them to me. If you're in the UK, Second Chance Games stock most of the games. I'll put a link in the description. So, best thing to do if you're interested in these games, and they certainly look interesting, is to hop along to Second Chance Games and check out prices and descriptions and things and see if these are for you. Right, here's a 10-sided die and some counters in a little baggie. These might mean that they're errata counters. So there we go. Right, what we got here? Ooh. Kliszow. Historical scenario. Setup of the Polish army. Right. These are on card. Oh, on the back we've got some tables. An abbreviated scheme of resolution of melee combat. Okay. Get that die out of the way, that's it. What's this? Kliszow, historical scenario, setup of Saxon army. Right, crikey, a lot of units there. Counters look quite good, I'm interested to see those. And here we are, some more tables on the back. Right. Yep. Ah, introductory scenario. That's what I like to see. We can push some counters about then. Set up a Saxon army, set up a Swedish army. So. And here's the other Kliszow historical scenario, Swedish army setup. Right. And here is the rulebook. Now, I know the rules come in Polish and English, but if you get them from Second Chance Games, which would be the easiest thing to do if you're over here in the UK, they'll obviously have the English rules with them. If you contact Strategemata directly, make sure you specify which language you want. Okay, these come in at 16 pages, so not too bad at all. Let's have a look. Black and white. Maneuvers. Unit formations. Lots of diagrams though, which is great. And again, this is, I think this is the earliest game or era I've got, so there'll probably be different rules because there were different tactics, different weapons, pikes and things. That'll be great fun. Stacking units, visibility, movement. Morale checks. Vicinity. Countercharge. Commanders and combat. I think I could be wrong. I mean, this is a new one for me. I think it's very much like your commanders. Your troops have to be in communication with the commander, and the commander has to be in communication with his the next stage up of the chain of command. And just victory conditions, a little bit of literature, which is always good, and some tables. And there we are. Them's the rules, as I say. Scenario booklet, or book. 24 pages. So we've got historical, 2, So we've got 15 pages of history, which is great because, again, this is a sort of not very well known conflict or battle or war. So we've got a heck of a lot of historical stuff, how it all started. Oh, excellent. Assault on the Saxons. Oh, lovely. Quite dense, but looks very interesting. You've got to have this background. There's no point. My philosophy is there's no point in playing war games and just push counters about. It could be just, you know, nothing on them. You've got to know what you're doing to get a bit of, you know, get into it, get a bit of narrative, lose yourself. Oh, crikey. Blimey. Right, so lots of background to read. And then on page 17, we've got the introductory scenario. And then into the Battle of Kliszow itself, historical scenario. And that goes on a bit because it's the main, one of the main battles. And then there's a little, oh, there's some hypothetical scenarios with the Polish army and hypothetical scenarios without the Polish army. And then there's Fraustadt, the historical scenario. And there we are, some tables at the end. Wow! So that'll keep you busy reading that, getting into the background of this particular, or the Great Northern War. Now we've got the map. It's a double-sider, as we can see there. There's something going on in there, so we'll get that out in a minute. And here's the counters. Oh, quite a lot of counters. They just want to pop out. I think they're a bit bigger than the ones in the other game. The ones in the Black Cavalry one were sort of what do we call it? Advanced squad leader sort of size. These look a bit bigger, but there's quite a few. Let's have a look. Oh, you can't see. I'm off camera there. We're terrible, terrible. Right. Let's have a look. Can we see those? Oh, is that my stomach? They're just popping out. That's great. Nice and colourful. What we got here? Oh, I see. They're. Oh, did I knock the camera there? Sorry. They're yeah, they're marked. Fraustadt. This is sheet 2. The other one was sheet 1. So this is Fraustadt. They are really rather nice looking counters. And these are the Kliszow, sheet 1. Oh, yeah. And this is Kliszow number 2. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. And these look like sort of markers and things, with a few more units down the bottom there. This hasn't been out long, this game, I understand. It's one of their new ones. And some more of the same there, numbers and some units down the bottom there. Okay. There we are. Lovely. Right, I'll put them gently back because they want to come out. They want to play the game. Oh, one's popped out already. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get the maps out. So, here's the first map. This is Kliszow. And as you can see, it took place 19th of July 1702. So let's have a look what's going on. Here we are along the edge of the map. You can see some sort of tracks. Here's Lubomirski's Patience and a Victory Points track. And moving along, we've got the Game Turn track. And at the end here, Terrain Key. Right, let's have a look at the map in close-up. So here we are. Quite a nice looking map, actually. There's some towns whose names I'm not going to attempt because I will insult Polish people. Look at that. Yeah, it's quite nice. What we've got here, we've got another town or city down there. Yeah, very nice looking map. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. And here's the other map for Fraustadt. They are slightly wider from top to bottom as you look at this one than sort of standard size, but still fits under me 2x3 bit of plexiglass. This one's printed sort of top to bottom, so you'd have the two antagonists sitting either side here, because if you can see, there's the setup for the Swedish and setup for the Russians and the Saxon army. Turn track, victory point track. Now you can see this is pretty much one colour, because this one went on the 13th of February 1706, so of course it's winter, there's snow everywhere. But we'll still have a little look, a little close up. Here we are, here's the map. Over here is one of the setup tracks there. We've got train key, and there's not much going on because it's winter, very featureless. But there we are. Hope that's of help. And that's the maps. And there we are, that's the unboxing of the last Vikings, the Swedish army at Kliszow 1702 and Fraustadt 1706 by Strategemata. Hope you've enjoyed that. And as I say, if this looks like it may be of interest to you, fear not. As I say, they are available in the UK via Second Chance Games. So go and check them out on their website, which I'll leave the address in the description. So this again looks very interesting, and I can't wait to have a go at this. Not used pike before. So this has been an Open the Box video by me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. If you've enjoyed it, please, as always I say, consider subscribing and liking and pushing the bell, commenting. Yeah, it all helps the little channel to grow. And as always, thank you to my subscribers. Appreciate it. So, till the next time, you take care and goodbye.